And now, Drama Libre presents next week's theme.
Okay, lovelies, I just realized you guys haven't been hearing me all this time. So I wanted to talk to you about the oh-so fantastic things that are going on. As you know, SL is doing SL22B. And SL22B is, of course, one of the hottest things to do here in the grid. Let me go ahead. Yeah. It's one of the hottest things to do in the grid, which is awesome. And I don't want you to miss out on any of it. We've had some really fun people coming in. And my apologies for the gray outs. We've been doing pretty good so far, but for some reason all of a sudden it started to gray out. But as I was saying before I went to little blanky wanky was that SL22B has a wonderful music festival, and every year they need volunteers, and the volunteers do front of house, back of house, stage lead / manager, and host. And so this year, as an experiment, because I wasn't sure how good I would be at any of it, I went and I did host duty for at least 5 sets. I was going to do 6, but I couldn't do the 6th one because I was away from home without a power cord. I know, crazy. But that's what happened. I won't make that mistake twice. But what was fun was I got to see a lot of really cool things. There's some amazing, amazing people working behind the scenes at SL22B. And believe it or not, we are literally, believe it or not, here at eClipse, and I believe Aria, she is one of the people who was volunteering with me. A total sweetheart. She trained me in some of the stuff that we were doing. They did all these awesome training sessions. They have a whole manual. It's really to prepare you just to do whatever you want to do. And keep in mind, they're not picky about what you do. They give you options. They want to train you in everything, of course. But what's really cool is that they set you up in a way that you can really, shine. And they're very supportive. They mentor you if you want to do front of house. I wasn't ready yet, and I'm kind of glad I didn't, because I felt it was a little too challenging, even though I practiced it, and back of house too. When you do front of house, you actually change the stream, and that can be really stressful. When you do back of house, you collect all the information on the artist and make sure that the artist is on track and that they show up. And if you don't find an artist, you have to, and if your artist doesn't show up, you have to find a replacement. So that can be challenging too. For my own reasons, I thought I'd stick to hosting, which worked out fine, because I actually learned, I really got really comfortable with the hosting role, and so now I can move on to the other 2 roles and really, I feel like do well. But anyway, today was the official stage crew party, which was going really strong until just a little while ago. And they took pictures and had wonderful, wonderful acts performing for a short time, not for a short time period. Actually, it started at 10 a.m. this morning. And believe it or not, it worked like a charm. It was very cool. And so they had a lot of really cool avies. Some people came in as dragons, some people came as humans, some people came as mystical creatures. We had I saw at least 1 cat, several dinkies, a panda, definitely I saw tons of dragons. Not tons of dragons. I saw several dragons. I saw fairies. I saw nymphs. Because the theme was myths and legends, there were a lot of really cool looks that people decided to bring together, which was awesome. And I was just boring. I stuck to human. And that's okay. But like I said, eClipse was a really strong player in this event. How do I know that? Because, and let me show you. Dun, dun, dun. eClipse, as you can see, performed from the 24th all the way through the 28th. It was a very, very fun event. Um, and people were really apparently had a really good time at those events, um, which was awesome. And so that was totally worth it. Like I said, I had a really good time. I ended up listening to several wonderful DJs, several wonderful live performers. Savannah Cornett really made a positive impression on me. There was a wonderful DJ who called herself a Black Magic Woman, who was absolutely fabulous that I heard today. And she did a really great set for an hour. I was really impressed with her. My guy friend Zach Haiku, he did a set for an hour also with really fun mixes that he custom did literally. And then gosh, I know somebody. I listened to DJ Lichimunwal, who's from Argentina. Saludos a Argentina, a los que oyen. Well, I speak Spanish, so FYI, if you don't know that. And so, like I said, it's a great opportunity for those of you who are not necessarily social but kind of want to check out what's going on. You can literally go to these parties and listen to really great artists, and you never know what you'll find. Like I said, that music festival lasts for a solid 2 weeks, and it goes on 24 hours. So you have a lot to pick from. Everything from vintage music to EDM to trance, you name it, it's in there. And it's a wonderful opportunity, like I said, to get to know and expand your horizons, not just musically, but like with people. If you do volunteering, it's also really nice. Everybody is really friendly and really helpful, and it's not that hard. It just isn't. You're required to do a two-hour set for any role you take, but it's for the most part, once you've gotten a feel for the role, it is actually pretty easy. And stuff. So you never know. You never know what route it's gonna take. What else? And in the Shop and Hop during the music festival, they have several stages. This year they had the Royal Keep, the Astral Stage, and the Observatory. Those were moderate stages. Then, in addition to that, they had an adult stage called Odin's Bar and Grill. That was a dual-sided stage, so every time you had one performer on one stage, usually they flipped on the other side to introduce the next performer. But it's a fun, like I said, it's a fun experience for those who have, even if you're, like I said, not necessarily a social butterfly or whatever, the behind-the-scenes stuff, you're interacting with your peers and they're guiding you, but it's not too complicated, and it's actually a really nice way to get to know more people in SL and expand your world. So if you want to go that route, I absolutely recommend it. There is no criteria about how you have to look. You can literally go as a cat or a dinky or a dragon or whatever you want. The people who are die-hard volunteers, some of them have been there like 10 plus years, and they have whatever kind of avatar they please to have, and sometimes they have multiples. I know somebody who had a human avatar, a little kitty cat avatar, and it was awesome. And they had a kitty cat that actually had wings on it, which is super cool. So it's just awesome. Hi guys, I don't know, have you been hearing anything? Oh god, with my luck, I've been like having you listen to nothing for hours. So my apologies if that's the case, because that is so not cool. But anyway, let's go ahead and... It's been really challenging because I've been using a laptop and I've been not operating on my usual bandwidth, which is on a docking station with 2 monitors. Right now I only have one, and it makes it really tough to be top tier. So you may not have even heard any of the music, which makes me a little sad. Well, it looks like our widget is working like it should, so I'm happy to say that's positive. Let's go ahead and take a look at... You may not have heard me, but this is a custom build. It only makes its debut whenever they're doing freestyle at the patch. And one of the cool things about eClipse is when you come by, they have these really cool portals where you just accept the experience and then you go to where the party is. And it drops you off right in front of the venue. And they have some really nice venues here, but we're not going to necessarily look at them tonight. But freestyle classics are basically 80s and 90s. So I hope you guys are enjoying what you can out of it. But my apologies if it was not coming through earlier tonight, because that's a bummer. You should be enjoying the tunes, not limited by them. So, let's see. And this venue is quite pretty because of the fact that it's surrounded by water. And I love that when you walk on the little tiles, they light up. You can see me in the distance. Way between the trees. You can barely see me, I'm just a dot. But as I was saying, one of the really cool things about this particular venue is that they're very active in the SL birthday space, and they always do shows every year. They're also very active and do philanthropy for the American Cancer Society through Fantasy Fair. They do several shows for Fantasy Fair. They actually line up and do the walk every year at Relay for Life. They get a whole group out there. One of the really fun things that they also do, and I don't know if you guys are into that, is the Mad P hunts. This is one of the prime locations. It's a top 10 winner usually for location for the Mad P hunts. So it can be really fun to come over with a group of friends and explore and look for whatever you're supposed to be looking for at for Mad P. in order to get your points so that you can get some cool prizes. Now, yours truly, I just did the Swaginator Hunt for SL22B. If you haven't done it, go for it. It's not that hard. And there are people who will guide you through it. If for some reason you can't find somebody to guide you through the Swaginator Hunt, ping me. I know exactly where all the 5 points are, and I can take you there. Okay, now beyond that, there is the cool Dragon Egg Hunt. The Dragon Egg Hunt, you collect a certain amount of eggs and you get some really cool prizes. They have prizes at 20, 50, and 100. So it's super cool to do that. If you're into that, run with it. I've already gone over and I've collected 30 something. So I'm planning on going back and trying to collect more till I get to 100 so I can get all the cool stuff. And I think there are other hunts happening and other things happening throughout the grid, but I'm not going to talk about the ones that cost you money. I'm only going to talk about the goodies you can get for free. For those of you who haven't watched Narya Panther's videos to see exactly what's at the Second Life Shop and Hop, my recommendation to you is to look at the blog for Fab Free. They have a special blog and a special entry specifically showing you all of the free gifts. All the gift cards, all the furniture, all the clothes, all the stuff that's free at the Shop and Hop. And if you're new, that's a great way for you to bulk up your inventory, especially if you don't have enough stuff. And if you want to upgrade, it's a great... Stop. Sorry, chilling the dog. It's a great opportunity to potentially see what they have so you can get upgraded if you want to upgrade. If you don't want to upgrade, it's okay. There is Senra Jamie and all that. Plus, we have the brand new avatars that were created that just made their debut in the library. So you can check those out and work those. That's also a wonderful possibility. There's no limit to what you can find and what you can use. If you need support from someone to help you upgrade your Avi because you just don't like the way it looks, that's okay. Everybody starts off very slow here. You don't have to look like you just step off a runway. You just don't. If you wanna look a certain way, it's totally 100% okay. So, what was I gonna say? So, that totally works, and you can do that. And, like I said, if you want to ping me for some support, I'll be more than happy to support you in that effort. I've helped people with makeovers before. So if you want, there's all sorts of wonderful places to get stuff.
A little bit of George Lamond and some Stevie B in the house. I am DJ Iniry. It is 80s and 90s freestyle classics in the house at eClipse tonight. Oh yeah, it's filling up the dance floor. I love seeing this. So happy to see you guys. It's good to see all of your lovely faces and some more faces that I haven't seen in a while. This is awesome. It's going to be a great night. I can tell already. We have listened to it, ladies and gentlemen, and I am about to give you your fifth and final keyword. Oh, yeah, get your pens and papers out. Get your note cards ready. Ladies and gentlemen, I am giving out keyword number 5. Now, if you don't know how to play Listen to Win, well, you know what I'm going to do really quickly? I'm going to go over it really quick for those new who haven't been here before. You're a little late to join in this time, but if you get here a little earlier next time, you'll be able to play along with us, and it's really fun. What we do is we give out 5 keywords throughout the course of the first hour of the set that the DJ gives out on air. You write those keywords down, hold on to them, save them for the top of the second hour. The host will announce in local when to send those keywords to him or her, and you will send those keywords to them. You need 3 out of the 5 correct in order to make it to qualify onto our contest board this evening. Also, you need a VIP tag, but I think most of you had that. So once he collects those keywords, he will get whoever qualified up onto that contest board. Like I said, you need 3 out of the 5 correct in order to win. I mean, not win, in order to qualify, excuse me. Qualify for the board. Once he gets everybody's names up there, we lock it down. At the end of the evening, there is no voting. There is no popularity contest. There is nothing. You did what you had to do, and we're going to do what we do at the end of every evening. We pop that board at the end of the night. All of the lindens that are on that contest board, and we have some amazingly generous VIPs. Let me just say that. All of the lindens that are on that board are split evenly with everyone who qualified on that board. So if your name's up on that board, you get a portion of those lindens. We split it. There's no voting, nothing. So you have to listen in order to win. That's why we call it Listen to Win. So I am about to give the 5th keyword out right now. Ladies and gentlemen, get your pens and papers out. Get your note cards ready. Keyword number 5. Here we go. Keyword number 5 is 2 words, and it's Cult Jam. CULTJAM. Cult Jam. Lisa, and Cult Jam were a United States urban contemporary band and one of the first freestyle music groups to emerge from New York City in the 1980s. Cult Jam consisted of vocalist Lisa, born Lisa Velez, guitarist, bassist Alex Spandor Mosley, and drummer, keyboardist Mike Hughes. They were assembled and initially produced by Full Force. So, Cult Jam is keyword number 5. Of course, who am I going to play? Oh, yeah. Hold on to those keywords. Make sure you're watching local chat, ladies and gentlemen, because my awesome host, Zues, is about to take over. Oh, yeah. It's his turn, and he will announce in local when to send those keywords to him. And it's my turn now to play some Lisa. So, you know, I debated what song to play from Lisa. I really did. I'm like, what song should I play? So, what I am going to play is a song that I think everybody will enjoy. And it's a little song called Head to Toe. You guys remember this one? So, this one's coming out first, a little Lisa. And, you know, I always debate on what to play next. Well, actually, no, I don't really debate. I don't really debate. But I'm going to play in there some Niobe with Please Don't Go as well. So those two are coming up next. Yeah. Get your dancing shoes on. Turn the music up. Let's do it. Starting us off this block with some Lisa. Here we go. Let's do it.
Okay, lovelies, I'm back with a little bit of voice. Just wanted to give you a heads up that, like I said, I've been talking about SL22B a lot and eClipse a lot, and I hope that you guys have been enjoying that part of it. Please enjoy the music. I'm going to go a little further. I'm going a little longer than normal. Let's be honest. I'm at 52 minutes. I never go this long. But I did want to make sure that you guys got to enjoy DJ Iniry, because unfortunately, for a huge chunk of this, apparently she was quiet. And that's not cool, because she's actually quite talented. Alright, I'm going to quiet down for a bit. Okay, guys, we are hitting just shy of an hour, so I'm reluctant to keep it going. But like I said, if you guys are still interested in hearing this DJ, come on down, and have fun. In the meantime, I will go ahead and call it a night. And I hope you guys are having a great time. And I will see you soon. Alright, so I'm going to call it a night, guys. And actually, wrong opener. There we go. For those of you who tuned in, thanks for tuning in. Please like, comment, and subscribe. And I'm heading out for the night because I can't. Have a good one, guys.